You know, it's really interesting to me that no matter how hard you try and all the evidence you compile to show that something isn't quite clear and is too good to be true, but yet people still want to believe in it because there is a level of or a line between greed and, laziness and achieving something that you want with the least amount of effort and believing that it's possible when it's, usually a bit ludicrous. On-chain data is supposed to be very simple. If you want to be transparent, you're sending amount from one wallet to another. Very straightforward, small shortcut. If you want to, take a longer route to do that, if you want to, for something, for example, that would take 1 minute, use 30 minutes and go from A to Z to M to N to O to P to get the same outcome and confuse people, the more you want to hide something. So I think at some point when people research on-chain data, the more they get into the rabbit hole, the more they tend to give up at some point. They're like, okay, fuck it, I don't have time, I don't want to waste more time on this anymore. So, and that is essentially how StableFund was moving funds around. And that is something that I signaled in my previous video. But perhaps the biggest red flag of them all is their latest rollout and implementations that they have upon us. And I'm going to discuss the biggest of them all, and that is their new stablecoin and its current status. Because in 3 days, the new version V2 is going to launch, and I have a few words to say about them. My name is Roy, and I hope to install some value in everything that I'm about to say. So first things first, I just want to say that all of the implementations that are coming are going to be rolled out in V2. I'm going to list them a bit quickly right now, just for the sake of memory, right? So first things first, it's 1% instead of 1% per day, 1.5% per day. Second, the lockup period has been increased from 48 days originally, I think it was, now it's 63. Third, you will no longer be able to earn on your funds unless they're locked up. So once that time lock expires, it's done. You won't be able to earn unless you lock them back again. 4, right now, if you want to stake, you will only be staking under their new stablecoin SFUSD and pay 2% deposit fee versus 3% previously, which will be distributed to the I forgot the name of the token, S-Rocket, I think it was, holders. So those are the main changes. Now, of course, there are few additional ones in between in regards to how many days supposedly they will be trading, the frequency of distributing profits. That will be, I think, once per week or something like that. So anyways, those are small details, but I think the less aggressive earning model, the new one, which is 1%, so 0.5% less, they're gonna give you less money eventually because you need to lock up your money to actually earn on them, and if they're not locked up, you won't be earning. So the more stretched out they can, distribute that money around, because I still believe there's no trading happening in the background, or if there is, it's not as much, and it's not maybe profitable at all, or not as much to cover all of these obligations. And they did say in their update that they're gonna, show trades and all, but again, unless they really show this and it's true, it can be verified on chain, I don't think any word should be taken seriously on that regard, at least. So SFUSD is here. It has its own website, its own rollout, and if you do wanna buy SFUSD and stake it into StableFund, you can do that directly from this website, sfusd.io. Now, one thing I noticed literally from the beginning of this is that there is no documentation as to how SFUSD keeps its peg versus $1. So right now, you can go to CoinGecko, you can clearly see that it is at $1. But that is quite normal right now, right? Because the protocol hasn't started yet. People who were supposedly gonna get their refund in SFUSD on the 15th, or start getting their refund then, will be able to sell that SFUSD for whatever other stablecoin and business will start as usual. So there's not much activity right now to get that SFUSD rolled down below peg. There's not much going around. We need to wait for the actual version 2 to happen. So going back to the main website, so there's no real documentation talking about how the peg is gonna keep on going, how will this affect the market, what if it drops below peg. So there's none of it. It's all about how to buy the token, how to convert it, and how to trade it. That's it. So it's easy for you to buy SFUSD right now. You can do that. You can literally go to one of these 3 exchanges that SFUSD is traded on, exchange it for BUSD, because you would need SFUSD to enter StableFund V2. And I'll tell you why very shortly. So the website, there's nothing much to learn here. Literally no extra information. I don't think it has a white paper even. No, it doesn't. And speaking of the exchanges that SFUSD is traded on, all of these are low to not even average. I think all of them have a low trust score, and they're at the bottom range of the crypto exchanges overall. So these 3, in order for your token to be traded on them, you simply have to pay them a certain premium. I don't know how much exactly, but I'm sure the team has the funds from everyone to be able to pay these fees in order to enter one of these exchanges. I mean, you can clearly see them. If you just go to the top cryptocurrency exchanges overall, I'm talking about not only trading volume, you can go spot, derivatives, DEX, and lending. But right now they are basically filtered by score, trust score, and trading volume. So I have to scroll down, I think, to find even the first one, which is Probit. Still, so XT. XT is one of them. XT has a trust score of 3.9 over 10, which is quite low, way below the average. The whole trading volume of this exchange is roughly 328 mil. So the other 2, honestly, DigiFinex, what was it called again? Let's go and check. So DigiFinex I couldn't find, and Probit, it says global, which is a bit better because the normal Probit is quite bad. So Probit Global should be somewhere here, I think. Yeah, that's it. 4.5, actually that's the best out of these. Although the trading volume is almost half of what XT is, but it's a bit better in regards to trust score, but still below the average. So 3 exchanges, easy to get your token listed. You just need 2 things, pay them some money and add some liquidity. So so it's easy for you, if you think about it really, it's easy for you to purchase SFUSD with fiat on these exchanges. And it's also also you can do that, by the way, through the app, if I'm not mistaken. You can convert your SFUSD through the app itself and also get involved into the version 2 of the token. So transacting SFUSD, I did say it's easy. I think my bad actually, because I thought originally when I saw this purchase with fiat, I thought it would be easy. Maybe they implemented on fiat on-ramp where people can just connect their debit card and purchase some SFUSD, but apparently not. It says here, purchase one-to-one with USD via wire transfer or top up your wallet to exchange, meaning you can do that, but you can do that through these 3 exchanges. So right off the bat, it's not so easy to transact SFUSD. You're gonna have to create an account on these exchanges, and God knows if you can even take your money out. It's always easy to get money in, it's so difficult to get money out. So if you want to get that USDT, or I think that's it, that's the only stablecoin that these exchanges have, which is, the most shady stablecoin, Tether. You're gonna have to create an account, you're gonna have to put money there, and you're gonna have to, buy and sell it and take that money out somehow. I'm not sure if you can do that through you can roll it out through the website here. I honestly don't know. I mean, I cannot say. So maybe you can do that here using your own personal wallet. So maybe you can exchange BUSD to SFUSD within this interface. I haven't tried it. I don't know if it's possible. Just let me know. Maybe it is. I don't know. So it's perhaps easy to enter the SFUSD market, but so difficult to exit because you're gonna have to do it through these. Honestly, the only thing that makes sense to me, at least, as to how SFUSD will potentially be able to keep its peg is through inflows and outflows and reserve from people's funds. That's it. So right now, you need SFUSD to enter V2. Imagine that 200 million almost that investors literally invested into StableFund. And how much was the total refund? So if I want to actually remember, they refunded 6 million approximately of this 200 million, right? Now, disregard all the so-called dividends that they gave up. Let's assume, and based on the previous metrics, they didn't give up actually almost as close to 25% as the original investment that was then. So best case scenario, let's assume they gave back about 70 million in rewards, plus that 6 million in refunds. So that will leave them with approximately 124 million of reserves. So imagine having that amount of money, spending some of it, to launch SFUSD, pay those exchanges, etc. So imagine you're left with about 120 million in reserves, and you can use that money to back up your SFUSD, which is plausible, right? At the beginning, it's very plausible, and it's very smart to actually leverage that new stablecoin and use this for people to enter, because what will people be doing is that they will be converting their BUSD and their USDT to get SFUSD, hence creating buy pressure for SFUSD, push it above its peg and adding to those reserves. Same for cashing out. But where does this all get tested? When outflows are more than inflows, because supposedly trading revenue is gonna offset the lack of inflows versus outflows. So this is where the testing will happen. I'm pretty sure that they made their calculations and they made their projections knowing that there will be few months before this test comes to life. So SFUSD is simply backed up by inflows because you're gonna have to buy it to enter V2, and outflows, and reserves that are coming from the original investors of V1. It's pretty clear. It doesn't take too much to understand. So let's see when the test happens. I'm pretty curious when and how will SFUSD depegs if it were to do so, unless V2 keeps rolling money in and out. So the path to a new stablecoin is quite smart, and I think the refunds, even if they happen in SFUSD, will be rolled out over several months because they were very vague in the refund policy, and they will probably strategically time them when there are more inflows for SFUSD than outflows. More inflows, they can give more SFUSD, keep that offset happening, give the illusion of refunding, and so on and so forth. Now, I don't know how trustworthy these exchanges are in regards to if you can actually take your money out, but that remains to be seen. I don't want to get involved into an exchange to be able to transact with this. I honestly don't want to. You should make it easier for me as an investor. Why would I need to do this? So that is the complicated part, and that is a huge red flag. You created a stablecoin out of nothing and decided to, why not convert all of my investors' money into something that they didn't originally signed up for, and they'll be okay with it. And apparently so many are. That's so strange. Why is no one being, questioning that whole process and actually asking for their own money in their own native currency? Why? That's my right. That's my investment. I didn't sign up for a new stablecoin, but here we are. Even CertiK says that there's a lot of centralization risk and distribution risk in this supposedly stablecoin. Meaning what? Meaning it's all in the hands of the team, whoever they are. That's a huge risk and a huge red flag. Now, I did stop my digging then because eventually I could, filter out several wallets and several funds, or part of the funds that were involved in the whole StableFund version 1 situation. And that is what I ended up with in regards to how much money the team still has. Now, of course, there's more. Hopefully, I'm gonna get the time to do more digging, but that's what I have right now. So in regards to current spot wallets, hot wallets outside of the exchanges, and money that flew into the exchanges, but you know, you can, if you can get the source, you can know how much went there, but after that you can. It's really smart to hide your money into hot wallet exchanges because you cannot actually pinpoint which money belongs to whom in a, you know, under one bucket, under one hot wallet exchange. And that is very smart, and that is where most of the money went to. You can clearly see that the biggest bulk of this 37.5 million is in NextC. It's read. It's how much money flew from several sources, for several wallets that I compiled together that ended up in this NextC hot wallet. There are smaller amounts here and there, so those are 2mm wallets. I did actually rescan this one just to make sure. There's still about 959k in this wallet. Others as well, 1, 2. Those are also BSC. Those are Matic wallets, 1, 2. Actually, I'm curious. Let's check if this one has, excuse me, this one has any money left in it. Perhaps not, perhaps yes. Oh yeah, it actually does. 4.6 million. It actually has more. Oh, interesting. So this one has even more money than what I originally scanned. Okay, I'll update it later on. But you get the point. So all of this money is still out there. I hope I'm gonna do more digging. But this is to make you understand that why haven't they refunded this money? You know? You have to always ask yourself, like, don't let dust and polish and nice words get into your way and let you forget that why on earth haven't they refunded people, and why on earth they took all of these decisions and decided to roll out all of their funds and move them forward without the consensus of people and just decide to convert them into some made up stablecoin backed by nothing. Doesn't make sense. But a lot of people have accepted this fate, and I don't know, like I'm a bit shocked and I'm a bit sad, to be honest. I don't know what's gonna happen. And that's all I wanted to talk about in today's video. I hope you stuck around till the end. I really do, honestly. If you are a stable fund investor, sometimes you have the information in front of you and you have the ideology, but you tend to trust people. That's one of our biggest flaws, I think, as human beings. The first thing we do is that we trust people, no matter what they tell us. Even if they break that trust once, we keep believing that, no, they might be saying the truth this time. But I don't know, man. It's so shady. There's a lot of red flags. It's mind-boggling. For me, it's a no-no. I'll stay as away as possible from something like this. If I were you, I don't know. With everything that has been going on in the market, so many of these centralized entities going under, would you trust this? I don't know. Make up your mind, and you know, it's your money at the end of the day. All I'm doing here is just give my opinion and show a few things that are for me very logical. So yeah, with that in mind, if you like whatever I showed, whatever I just showcased, consider subscribing. Costs you nothing. It really helps us, you know, dish out better value overall when it comes to content, of course. And if you disagree with me, feel free to talk to me in the comment section or even on Telegram. Join our community, DeFi Ascension, bunch of cool guys. We talk about so many things. You know, you can be positive, negative, doesn't matter. As long as you are in the realm of fairness and mannerism, you're good. So yeah, just do it if you wanna. And like, if you honestly like whatever I'm producing here, not just for the sake of liking. And with that, have a good one. See you in the next one.